The Western Conference in MLS Next Pro has certainly been a tough hill to climb this year, but today a couple of clubs who've struggled to string together wins meet. And for the second time this season, it's Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 and Tacoma Defiance. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us this afternoon from the Pacific Northwest. And since the last meeting between these two clubs in April, each club's form has been eerily similar. Vancouver victorious in comeback fashion against Tacoma. They've lost 3 with a PK victory since, and it hasn't been sunshine and rainbows for Defiance either. Just 1 victory over LAFC2, and they've suffered 3 losses as well. 3 points would go a long way for either club, as each would jump a couple of spots in the league table. 3 changes today for Richard Fagan from the match against San Jose Earthquakes 2. The most noteworthy switch, Connor Munn, the academy product, makes his first professional appearance in starting fashion today. Prince Impanza, so versatile, can play as a center back, outside back, and a midfielder. Expect him to take space when available from the back. Carson Razik, the team's leading assist man, cracks the 11th for the 7th time this year. And this is a Whitecaps team they love to get in behind that last line of defense. And certainly expect Marko Popovic to be a key recipient and chance creator in the final third. Taking a look at the visitors for first-year Tacoma head coach Paulo Nagamura. He makes a few tweaks from last week. Max Anchor, the former Whitecaps Academy product, in net for the 7th time this year. And it's an unchanged backline for Defiance as they put together a dazzling display of defense in that first half of the Austin FC2 match. Mark O'Neill, he spent last year with Whitecaps FC2, scored 3 goals in 9 matches, and would love a score against his former side tonight. And lastly, Saku Kitafuji makes his first professional start tonight. We're just moments away from kickoff between Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 and Tacoma Defiance. All-time series coming into this one led by Tacoma, 9 wins, 9 losses, and 6 draws, but they've gone 3 for 3 in penalty kicks since the 2 clubs joined MLS Next Pro. It's the 5th season in this league for Tacoma Defiance. They've made the playoffs on 3 occasions. Did not make the postseason a year ago. Would love to turn that narrative around here in the early going this year. With a record of 1-6, 3 draws, finishing with 2 PK victories thus far, sitting 13th in the Western Conference. Whitecaps FC2, 1 spot ahead them in 12th. With 2 wins, 6 losses, and going 1 for 2 in PKs. Each side coming off of a loss. If you look at the combined goal differential between each team's last match respectively, they were outscored 9-1. Vancouver lost to San Jose 6-1. Tacoma shut out 3-0. On the road against Austin FC2. Vancouver in the navy blue kits with white letters and numbers. They'll go left to right, Tacoma right to left. In their light blue kits. Moments away from the sound of the whistle from our head official. It's a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. The sun is shining. The crowd is out. The music is bumping. There's great soccer to be played. Sound of the whistle, we are underway. Team Tacoma went a little quickly for the liking of our head official. They'll reset. Saku Kitafuji. They've gone a little too quick in his first ever professional start, and now we're underway. Again, I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us on this beautiful afternoon. A couple of sides who would love to shift the narrative surrounding their respective clubs. Right now in Burnaby, 65 degrees. The sun should shine for most of this match. The wind fairly calm, 6 miles an hour to the east. Put on by Vancouver. Tacoma looked to work. Display of passing, it's poached free. Here's the first touch in the professional career of Connor Munn. Congratulations to him, what a moment for the youngster. He came to the Whitecaps FC Academy in August of last year. Previously spent time with Suburban FC in the U21 squad of the Halifax Wanderers in his home province. Taken away. Space for Tacoma. Ball through and run. Able to break up play. Shove there from Tacoma. An immediate whistle follows on the play. Chavignalati flagged for the foul. Trevor Wright swings it around. Prince Impansa has that ability to get forward, as we mentioned. And a little overzealous in his attempt forward to find Micah Garnett. This is the 25th time that Vancouver takes on Tacoma Defiance. That is now the most of any opponent that Whitecaps FC2 have faced in their history. Long ball played up ahead. It's corralled by Gomez. Sees an opportunity, and Micah Garnett gets to the ball. Heads up play to prevent a touch from Charlie Gaffney. What a play set up by Sebastian Gomez. Not often you see a forward go with the inside foot to make that pass. And somehow got it through. Defiance, disagreement. The foul call. These two clubs within close proximity of each other geographically. From Seattle to Burnaby, it's just a 2-hour and 54-minute drive. Opportunity to represent the region. Tacoma giving Vancouver plenty of space. Good give and go. Right inside, and Gomez out to run now. Defiance through, well-timed ball. And it pays off for Sam Rogers, who had to come way off his line to clear that ball away. Tacoma were lurking. I've had the opportunity to talk with Coach Paulo Nagamura, leading up to a couple of Tacoma matches this year. And not only, like any coach really in the league that wants control of the ball with it, he values that control without it. That not only demands a lot physically, but plenty mentally from your players. The side's been working on taking away a lot of diagonal passes and service into the area. That was a bit of their Achilles heel against San Jose Earthquakes too. Sure to be a point of emphasis today. Coach Nagamura's side, content with the ball. In search of something more. The opportunity hasn't fully presented itself yet. Stuart Hawkins in his 4th start this year for Defiance. And center back. Back on April 12th, these two teams got together last. We mentioned it was a come-from-behind victory for Vancouver. They did win it in stoppage time to add just a bit more fireworks to the conversation. Leo Flores got things started off for Tacoma in the 49th minute. Trevor Wright answered in the 68th. Danny Idicharia would answer in the 6th minute of stoppage time in the second half. Vancouver was dominant offensively. They led shots on target, 12-2 on that day. Certainly would love to own that category this afternoon. It's Tacoma, who's threatened at a higher rate. They've been calm and composed on the ball. They've lost 3 in a row to Whitecaps FC2. In search of breaking that skid today. And if there's any man who's had his way with this very Vancouver team, it's Tsukunomi. His 4 goals against Whitecaps FC2. The joint most all time in the series history. See how involved the Japan native can get. I know it's been Sebastian Gomez with the bulk of the touches in the attacking third for Tacoma. Ball inside, quickly touched. Whitecaps back on it. Deo. Drifting. Taken down. Deflected shot. Cleared away. Kept in by Wright. Connor Munn to the ball. Beaten on the play by Kita Fuji. That slow roller intercepted with ease. And taken over. Sahil Deo. Back around to Connor Munn. Quick flick forward. Nifty move by Deo. It's met by Tsuji. Couldn't keep it in play. Phoenix takes the throw in. The passing game by Vancouver has been superb to start the day inside the first 10 minutes. They've eclipsed 90% passing accuracy. Tacoma sitting around the 73% mark. That interception quite emblematic of that previous stat. They do win it back. Hawkins inside. And Kita Fuji has that shot rejected. As it collides with a Tacoma player. Popovich wanted to be released, but was blanketed by a trio of Tacoma defenders. In that 6-1 loss to Earthquakes too, Coach Richard Fagan felt like a lot of their goals came from mistimed tackles. Earthquakes were just able to break it. like their press got broken plenty, and it paved the way for San Jose to create a lot of chances down that central column. What can Whitecaps muster up here? Deo's cross on the ground. Back with Hawkins. Tough territory here. It does stay in. And Munn able to settle it down. Controlling the chaos and mitigating transition. It was a big learning lesson for Coach Fagan's side last week. The question is, will that be the case today? As that one barely missed. And it certainly made Max Anchor break a sweat. Anchor might have gotten a touch on this one, as Thomas Noel signals for a corner kick. This one in traffic. Might have taken that touch on the way. Mark O'Neill was in the vicinity. First one of the afternoon for Whitecaps FC 2. Connor Munn greeted with open arms, quite literally, right around the penalty spot. Thomas Noel cleans things up. Takes a look at Charlie Gaffney and has a quick conversation with the Tacoma second-year man and the player making his professional debut, Connor Munn. Of course, they go right back to the nice friendly greeting that they shared just moments ago. The play on, swinging ball, high arcing, right into the midst of Max Anchor. Anchor goes down. This is not a good sight. Max Anchor grabbing at his lower body. Thomas Noel telling the Whitecaps players to give him some space. It doesn't look like anybody touched him. That's a sign you never want to see. A non-contact injury. His teammates attempting to stretch him out. Well, Max Anchor was certainly an anchor, quite literally, in the net for Whitecaps FC 2. He signed a homegrown deal back with the club in 2022. He had quite the tenure with the Vancouver second team. In 47 matches, allowed 93 goals, made over 130 saves, picked up 6 shutouts, and even made his MLS debut with Vancouver Whitecaps FC in a match against Charlotte FC. It was a 2-1 loss, but a great experience for Max Anchor. He, along with the likes of Mark O'Neill, spent last year with this club, but he would be loaned to Pacific FC in the Canadian Premier League during the 2025 campaign. Whitecaps FC2 coach Richard Fagan, although this is his first year in his second stint as leader of the second team, he was quite complimentary of Anchor and O'Neill's contributions to the club over the last couple of years. He knew that it would be an exciting opportunity for them and maybe provide some fun banter between the two sides, as those friendships always last a lifetime. Chevrolet is proud to be a partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2023. Together in this stadium, together on the pitch, together let's drive Chevrolet.ca. In that loss to San Jose, Vancouver accumulated just one shot on target in the first half. Love one here. Deo into the area. Samuel Deo has a go. Doesn't take a touch. Sets up a Tacoma goal kick. Here's another look at it. Deo's been quite aggressive. You love to see that. If you're Whitecaps FC2, put the moves on Cody Phoenix and had an opportunity to the outside area of the pitch, but could not connect. Hawkins turns it over in an attempt to switch the field of play. Zuluaga twinks that one off the defender. If you look at Tacoma's last match against Austin FC2, it was quite unconventional. They had a stellar first half, not so much in terms of chance creation, as Mark O'Neill, the former Whitecaps FC2 man, taken down. This Tacoma team, besides creating a little more chances and struggling with the execution piece in the final third, Chipolo Nagamura was quite pleased with the first 54 minutes of the match. Felt like they were the better team. All three goals were conceded on the first being a missed opportunity on a second phase ball. They lost their mark, which set up the penalty kick, and of course, the third and final goal for Austin was converted on a set piece. And to make matters even more difficult, there was a rain delay that lasted over 3 hours, right around the 80th minute. And at that point, the coaching staff just wanted to finish the match on a high note. They didn't concede further. Simply just looked for a solid effort from the club. To finish on that positive note is shoved from behind. Sets up an easy free kick. Call made by Thomas Noel. Samuel Deo had a chance from that spot earlier. He can't unleash Connor Munn. Tricky territory for Tacoma. Sebastian Gomez evades several defenders. Finds Saku Kitafuji. Comes off to Baker. And he draws another foul. To the pocket goes Thomas Noel. And there's the first yellow card of the afternoon. Connor Munn receives his first professional yellow card after he took down Cody Baker.
Yellow card caution, Vancouver Whitecaps FC.
Was pulling at the kit of Saku Kitafuji a little bit. A couple of instances finally whistled down. And it is officially Munn with the yellow card. We are a third of the way through the first hour. Vancouver and Tacoma scoreless. Stuart Hawkins. Dangerous ball through. Cody Phoenix loses it. Needs to get out and run for Vancouver. Sewell gets it outside and then takes his place in the half spaces. Half space singular, I should say. Mponsa. Popovich, his header, controlled with ease by Max Anchor. Marko Popovich, we mentioned the key recipient and chance creator that he would be today. Got in the right spot, just didn't have enough juice on that one. Miscommunication there is Samuel Deo not on the same page as Ryder Sewell. Munn and Ponsa, heavy touch. Plays it back. Rogers has to be careful. Tacoma take over in the midfield. It's ground by Wright. Booted again by Rogers. BMO is proud to be a founding partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2006. Join the Bank of Soccer at bmo.com. Room to work, Razik to the outside. Chance from distance, anchor right there. Anchor had an initial impression, finally makes the touch after backing into his own 6-yard box. Interception right forward, the captain with it. Inside Garnett. Ponsa poached free, bit of a tussle on that far touchline. And Tacoma take over. Defiance have gone winless on the road this season, 3 losses and a PK victory. Play away from home certainly has not been a strength for Coach Nagamura's side, but an opportunity today to get on the right foot, literally and figuratively. The teams that have had long-term success, both in the regular season and postseason, will tell you to win away from home can do so much for you in the end. As Rogers needed to avoid a corner kick. Sebastian Gomez. Nice one-on-one defending by Connor Munn. Leads to a transitional play here for Vancouver. Deo taken down. Draws the foul call. Talked about the similar runs of form for both clubs coming into the match today, each with 3 regulation losses since these clubs got together in mid-April. Statistically wise, you look at the goal differential, -9 for Vancouver. Very similar, -8 for Tacoma. They've struggled to keep up with the opponent's attack this year. Although Whitecaps FC too, their bread and butter has been usage of the long ball. They're top 5 in attempts and completion percentage. As Gomez gets through, waits for reinforcements in the area, takes it himself. Whitecaps FC2 having none of it. Forcing another throw in. Nice touch by Gomez. And the hosts take over. Mentioned they complete long passes at a rate of about 52%. Immediate turnover. Popovich the last to touch. Gomez throwing into the middle. Beautiful feed. Centered. O'Neal the intended target. Couldn't win that battle to the ball. Good first touch. Matsuji. Whitecaps will take their time as we near the half-hour mark. Zuluaga. What about using that far flank? The vision of Prince and Ponce a tad bit more. There is the long ball. Flag stays down. It's a good run. Deo coming in on the near side. Popovich into the area. And Stuart Hawkins able to steer that one aside. Zuluaga double teamed. He's back on it. Popped up and Mponsa over to settle it down to Captain Trevor Wright. Two-year captain back in the Summit League with the University of Denver. Two-time All-Conference first-team player. It's a Defensive Player of the Year in the Summit League. Has been a focal point for Richard Fagan's side this year as a sliding attempt by Phoenix keeps it alive. Gomez, one-timer denied, and Phoenix can't put it home. When you have lemons, you can create lemonade, and this one comes into the middle off a deflection. Cody Phoenix with the best opportunity. That ball had wicked speed both on the first and second attempts. Tacoma could not punish Vancouver though.
You guys are doing class now, or full-time program starting full-time summer? Yeah, like 2 days on field, 2 days in the gym.
Hawkins to the former Vancouver man, Max Anchor, to traffic and Ponsa. Draped over the Tacoma attackers. Brings himself with it again.
But it's better. But it's better. It's more fun.
Connor Munn, his professional debut. He's performed valiantly thus far. A dangerous pass. Eventually picked off by Mark O'Neal. Tukonomi works into the far side. Gaffney. Ponsa does not let that one get through.
Everybody thinks like it's not easy.
And time as well, what I do like is it's good because it's just better for the kids.
Yeah.
The more people, the more competition, that's the only thing that can improve like players.
Would you guys ever think of doing travel teams or teams that? I've thought about it. Yeah, I've thought about it. I'm thinking about doing
Team Sednes content with taking his time, given all the space in the world. Aggressively switches the field of play. Gomez evades Deo. Sebastian Gomez going for goal. The second chance prevented and swallowed up by Sam Rogers. And that one was dangerous. Vancouver, they eye an opportunity. Popovich waits to make his run. Garnett goes down and draws the foul. At the half-hour mark, Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2 scoreless in their second meeting this year against Tacoma Defiance. I'm Josh Lill. Happy to have you with us from Burnaby, British Columbia. Vancouver in the dark kits with white letters and numbers. Tacoma in the light blue kits with dark letters and numbers. The weather is picturesque right now. It's 66 degrees in Burnaby. Thomas Noel, our head official today, hasn't had to go to his pocket many times. We've seen swift play from both clubs, but hasn't been the most physical of matches yet. There's another hour to go, so might as well bite my tongue on that one. Intercepted by Deo. Aggressive attempt paid off in the moment. Gomez takes over in transition. Space on the right side. If Mialati opts to go that way. Would have been a little risky to try and play that one all the way to Gaffney. Tacoma have found most of their success on the left side of the formation this afternoon. Quite comfortable. Sebastian Gomez's ability to build through that middle third into the final attacking third just hasn't amounted to anything thus far. Ryder Sewell evading defenders. Plays it right to them. Kita Fuji. Errant ball. Whitecaps take over. TELUS now offering pure fiber internet across Canada. Razik, the ball was named rising star of the match week. In match week six, he had a couple of assists in that comeback victory over Tacoma Defiance. Razik, who first joined the Vancouver Academy back in 2023. He's been a mainstay in the midfield. Coach Richard Fagan this year. Like we mentioned atop the broadcast, plenty of former Whitecaps FC2 players on this Tacoma roster. Most notably the starting keeper Max Anchor. Took part in 47 matches for Vancouver's second team, along with Mark O'Neill. 3 goals in 9 matches last year with Whitecaps FC2. Plenty of familiar faces here today in Burnaby. Munn. Deo thought the ball was going to the outside. It worked inside. Burnett whistled for the foul. Tad overzealous in his challenge. Certainly had the desire for the ball. Just a little too much intent. O'Neill, such a versatile player that can cover all areas of the pitch. He was a defensive midfielder today, but his ability to play the ball forward, as you just saw. Tacoma set up in the attacking third so swiftly. Gomez to his right foot. Gaffney from distance. It does not test the likes of Sam Rogers. Rogers in his professional debut just a few match weeks ago saved a penalty kick against Sporting Kansas City too. certainly made a statement for himself and showed the confidence that he has and that this coaching staff values in him as a keeper. Makes his third start of the year today. On, back to Rogers. Trevor Wright. Tacoma have the middle of the pitch soaked up. And it made it really tough to play on the outside. Thrown into those 1v1 spots and have come out on top as Mark O'Neill wins it back for his side. Wilkins through. Give and go, unsuccessful. Other scores around the league right now. Hudson River Derby, Red Bull New York 2, and NYCFC 2 scoreless. Chattanooga's up 2-0. Cincinnati 2 in the 37th minute. Phoenix to Gomez. Tsukunomi cycles it around. Chance in the middle, and there's a great defensive effort from Prince Mpanza to just stick his leg out. Prevents Saku Kitafuji from cleanly receiving that one in the box. Ryder Sewell in transition. The ball a little behind Razik. And Whitecaps FC2 make up ground. Garnett inside. And Anchor able to corral it. Catches Gomez. On the pace of his run. The idea to work to the right has certainly been there for all the Tacoma players. But Vancouver have locked up that side. That's in part due to the play of Micah Garnett. Prince Mpanza, offside whistled against Tacoma. And Vancouver take over. Whitecaps FC2, they've been in just about every match they've played in this year, aside from last week against San Jose, and match week 1 against Ventura County. If you include draws, every match has been a one-score game. Coach Fagan and company have alluded to, it's a lack of execution. But it also speaks volumes to his club's ability to stay within close confines of the opponents they face each week. Right now it's important for his side to recognize when to leave the build-up phase and go attack space. Sometimes Whitecaps FC2 a little patient in their attacking will. As Mpanza called for the foul. Today it has looked a bit like a back three. Connor Munn, Trevor Wright, Prince Mpanza occupying the back line, and Micah Garnett leaking forward as a left wing back today. Wants to try and suffocate this Tacoma defense and get numbers forward. We've seen Micah Garnett gain plenty of ground in the attacking half, but just hasn't been able to connect deep. Couple of awkward touches, denied by Wright. Sits out in space. Sewell recovers on the heavy bounce. Tsuji out to Deo. Deo can't connect with that underlapping run of Ryder Sewell. Forces the ball into recycle. Tacoma, they've remained compact today in their defensive shape. Vancouver, when they've conceded in transition, they've gotten back quickly. Been able to smother opportunities, specifically at the hands of Sebastian Gomez. Kita Fuji, Phoenix. Under 5 minutes until the actual announcement of stoppage time. Baker outside to Gaffney. Finds the give and go. That's what they've been looking for. Panza welcomes the attack to his feet. He stopped it momentarily. Kita Fuji could not get by Munn. Seemed he fell awkwardly on the plate. Didn't look like he collided with any of the Vancouver players. Thomas Noel will stop play. Check on the injured Tacoma man. Kita Fuji grabbing at that right hamstring, might have gotten tightened up. He's been asked to do a lot in terms of the amount he's had to run, and Thomas Noel motions on the training staff. A speedy recovery and our best wishes to Saku Kita Fuji out of Osaka, Japan, at just 20 years of age. Helped his high school reach the round of 16 in the playoffs. In the 2023-24 All-Japan high school soccer season, he was an All-Japan player. Member of Konsei Gakuin University. Achieves a dream today and makes his first professional start in his first year with Whitecaps FC2. Mark Bronick, the former Union Omaha man, will come on for Saku Kita Fuji. Our well wishes to Kita Fuji as his day ends right before the first half concludes. Bronick now officially onto the pitch. Came up in the Union Omaha Academy of USL League One. Was just the third academy player to make it to the professional ranks. Not only was he a part of Omaha's run to win the Players' Shield and League One title back in 2024, but was named League One's Young Player of the Year in 2025. To make matters even more historical, became the youngest goal scorer in club history at just 17 years of age, 11 months and 18 days. They're getting a proven score at Tacoma this year, but hasn't found the back of the net as much as he did last year. Half a dozen goals with Los Bujos, just one score this year. But now in relief for Kita Fuji, in a well-timed run, would lead to an offensive spurt here.
Fourth official on the sidelines indicating a minimum of minutes back time in the first half.
Added time officially shown. It's 3 minutes, as indicated by our fourth official. Shots even at 5 apiece. 3 on target for Whitecaps FC. There's 1 for Tacoma Defiance. Mark O'Neill on the throw-in. Phoenix into the area. To Zuluaga. Has to fight through contact. Played on the ground. Popovich has space. Sewell through the near side, half space, gets a touch. It's heavy. Deo controls from distance. Oh, what a look that was. And what a finish it could have been. If you're Coach Richard Fagan, you have to love the aggressiveness. And Zahil Deo has created opportunities for himself today on those second chance balls, not necessarily scenarios that guarantee a scoring chance or a look at net. But Deo's willingness to run away from the ball, by the way, I mean off the ball, work into space and test the defense has proven some minor success today for Vancouver. Bronick through, nearly got a touch. Rogers lucky. The newly checked in man for Tacoma did not have an opportunity. He settles it down. Bronick in immediate pursuit. Forces the error. High press working here. Mark O'Neill. What a moment this could be. Opts for it to go outside. Cross in. Bronick's header. Not on target, but it certainly was threatening. Stoppage time running out on both clubs here. They have a desire to break this deadlock. 3 points would do wonders for either club, of course. Only one team will be able to walk away with that. Deo takes the slow roller. Zahil Deo gets inside to his left, puts the space in half. Sewell, feed inside, Popovich can't turn and face the net. Sewell, Razik had a couple of assists against Tacoma just about 5 weeks ago. Outside ball, service in, looking for Popovich. Sent away by Phoenix. Zuluaga back on it. Faked out Mpansa. Eventually finds him. Garnett along the byline. Sitter behind, and the one-timer falls short of the net. Mpansa has that shot rejected. What a block there from Mark O'Neill, the former Whitecaps FC2 man, and that sends us into the break. Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 and Tacoma Defiance are scoreless at the break. And coming up in our halftime show, we get to know a talented young player carving his own path in the Big Apple, and an announcement that will shift the landscape of Next Pro, plus highlights and stats after this brief timeout.
Can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next. Just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so loud.
fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Welcome back. Our halftime score between Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 and Tacoma Defiance. We are scoreless, both teams desperate to break the deadlock. But before we get back to the second half, there's no shortage of success stories in the MLS coming out of the New York market. Another solid young player is making his way with NYCFC, so let's get to know Arnau Farnos.
I think for sure was my mom. She was the first one to know it because she was working, and I sent her a message and I was like, please don't call because we have a meeting right now. But like I have to tell you, like they just told me like they want me to sign first team deal. So she was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was definitely my mom. Hi, I'm Arnau Farnos, and I'm a midfielder / winger, and I play for New York City FC. When I signed here with the second team, my goal was always to be part of the first team, and since the moment I got drafted, that was my goal, that was my dream. And nothing is easy, you know, so that's why you have to work for it. Every call-up is an opportunity. And I'm thankful for the coaches to give me those opportunities. But like, it's not about the games, it's about every day, how you practice, how you prepare yourself, physically and mentally. And when the opportunity comes, that you have to be ready and know that if you have the opportunity, you have to prove yourself. They push you a lot, which is a really good sign. But they also have a really good connection with the team, special connection with the players also. And they are open, which is also important for a player because it gets you confident when you play and when you train. And he was always super close, coach and all the staff, and give me a lot of confidence to me. And that's why I feel like I'm super happy for being part of this team, for the confidence from the staff and also from the players. One of the things, for example, Nico always says when he's here is like, and I've took it from all the players as well, but like, you are doing what you like and what's your passion. So coming here to practice, you are privileged, you know, having this job, because you are doing something that you really like and you really can, you grow with it. And coming here every day, yeah, there is people working for you, for the treatment, they're cooking for you, and how many people would love to have and to be in the position that you are right now. So I would say just enjoy the moment, push yourself in the moment that you have to push yourself, and yeah, enjoy. Super excited at the moment when I saw the ball going in. I kind of didn't believe it at the beginning, but after it was like a happiness feeling, you know, especially after with all my teammates, like they congratulated me at the end of the game, and everybody came to support me and saying congratulations, and it was a really happy moment and a special moment in my career. I think I had a lot of good coaches in my career. I would say probably when I was at Celta, I would say Claudio. But I would say my best moment playing soccer was the decision to make here and go to college. The 4 years at Oregon State with all the coaches I had and all the staff I had, they really helped me develop myself physically and mentally. And I think it was the step that I needed in order to be a professional soccer player. So I'm super grateful for the opportunity that Oregon State gave me. Keep supporting us, keeping showing ourselves, keep coming to our games, because probably right now we are not having the best, we are not in the best moment of the season, but we're for sure gonna come back, and we're for sure gonna give some happy news soon to the fans.
Yeah, boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best. Can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next. Just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next. Just know we got now.
Very excited to be here officially. You know, I helped out a little bit last year. You know, I really enjoyed my time working with the players, working with the staff. So, you know, I'm glad to be able to be on the staff full time and be involved. Towards the end of my career, I started thinking about what, you know, I wanted to do, you know, post playing, and, you know, coaching was something that for a while I didn't know if I wanted to do it. When my kids started to get a little bit older and I started doing it with them, you know, I started enjoying it, and I thought, you know, I had a lot of knowledge that I could pass down to, you know, young players. That was kind of an easy decision after thinking about it. There's lots of different things that I can teach them from my career, but also, you know, the mentality, you know, the intensity, the winning mentality is what I want to bring to the young guys, because they're going to need that. I played at a high level college, and I was still like a little bit overwhelmed when I first got here, you know, and it's the adaptation. If you don't do it quick at that time, then you were kind of out of the system. But now I think, especially with the academy and bringing those guys up and then moving into a environment like MLS Next Pro with North Texas, then I think it's a big jump in the quality of, you know, everything that is involved with this. And I think it's huge for developing players. I think there used to be a lot of guys who kind of got pushed out of the system if it wasn't working right away, but now those guys maybe get a second chance and can develop into good players. Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it feels like home. Like you said, I've been here for a long time. I know a lot of people here. You know, I knew John beforehand. I knew a lot of the other staff beforehand, and even some of the players I still know. So it's just nice to be back in, you know, a familiar environment and be able to give these players my knowledge. This year, I think my goal is to improve our defensive solidarity. Obviously, I want to try to improve individually the players in the defensive line, help them improve their tendencies. But, you know, as a unit, I want our group to be solid and to give up less goals. That's always the goal. And for me, that was like my big thing as a player throughout my career. I always wanted to give up less goals, and I think that's something I want to pass on to these defensive players.
MLS has agreed to a deal that will see global investment firm KKR make a strategic investment and partner with MLS Next Pro. KKR will inject capital into MLS Next Pro with an eye on growing the league and its footprint around the continent. In conjunction with MLS, the partnership will oversee commercial strategy as it looks to move the 27 MLS-affiliated Next Pro teams into new markets, with an eye on building brands within those communities and seeking stadium development deals. We will no doubt see and hear more about this in the coming seasons. A lot to be excited about throughout MLS Next Pro and its future. The growth of the league, certainly a topic of discussion, and will be quite fun to watch in the coming years. We are just moments away from the final 45 minutes of play between Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 and Tacoma Defiance. I'm Josh Lill. Stick with us. We've got plenty of updates from around the league, and just looking at play from around the league, we had a lot of midweek action, which was capped off by Timbers 2 knocking off Minnesota United. FC2 Carolina Core have struggled plenty this year, and they got a much-needed victory against Chicago Fire FC2. Connecticut shut out by Toronto 2. Minnesota fell just a few days later in penalties. In the upcoming schedule, Crown Legacy look to continue their tear in the Eastern Conference on Monday. The lone match on Wednesday, Colorado Rapids 2 still in search of their first regulation victory on the air. Austin looks to continue its dominant display of defense on the road against SKC 2. Crown Legacy hosts New England in an Eastern Conference clash in Tacoma. We'll see Ventura County late on Friday night. Well, even though we were scoreless in the first half, there's still plenty of action that got us through those first 45 minutes of play. And starting off with Vancouver Whitecaps FC2, they controlled well in their attacking half. They set up shop and were not afraid to let it go from distance. This one set up by Ryder Sewell. Now working to the near side to Deo, and Sahil Deo has been great in his 1v1 scenarios, not afraid to go to his outside foot. We've seen him leak through the middle of that Tacoma defense. Marko Popovic, not enough on that header there. And Tacoma finally made some noise here late in the first half. Gomez, his ball through. That shot deflected away by Yutsukunomi. And it could not be punished in the end. Then Gomez calling his own number. Test Sam Rogers. It wasn't tricky enough to get into the back of the net. And here's the second effort play from Sail Deo. Able to cut through and create a chance, but stick with us. Second half action coming up in just a few moments. Vancouver and Tacoma are scoreless.
Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud, don't worry about what next. Just know we got now, oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
The unique energy of a Sunday night. Ideal for calm music, whispers, stargazing, reflection, and a relaxed environment. Sunday nights were made for this.
We're ready to go in Burnaby, British Columbia. Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 scoreless with Tacoma Defiance. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us for second half action in the Great Pacific Northwest. Each side with a good amount of opportunities. 8 shots by Vancouver, 6 for Tacoma. Whitecaps FC2 with more chances on net, 3 compared to Tacoma's 1. And the hosts have certainly shared the ball at a higher rate. 30 more passes than Tacoma. And have done so at an accuracy of 84.5%. Just one corner between both sides. 1 yellow card shown to Connor Munn in his professional debut for Whitecaps FC2. And we are underway for the final 45 minutes of play between Vancouver Whitecaps FC2 and Tacoma Defiance. Sure to be an exciting finish. If and when will this deadlock be broken? Of course, it is always good to mention points available regardless of the result in regulation. If tied after 90, we'll go to a penalty kick shootout where 2 points will await the winner. Sebastian Gomez exits for Tacoma. Rafael Jauregui takes his place. Tacoma with early pressure on the byline. It's crossed and steered aside by Prince Apansa. Saku Kitafuji, in his first professional start, exited back in the first half. Mark Bronick replaced him. Those are the only 2 main changes so far for Paulo Nagamura. Richard Fagan pleased with what he's seen. Sticks with his 11 that kicked off the match. It is taken over. Sliding opportunity. Right to the left of Sam Rogers. Difficult angled shot. As Tacoma was falling in the process. Here's another look at it. He was through in Gallatin Sandnes. It wasn't an easy opportunity, but created something from it. Part of the turnaround that Coach Paulo Nagamura would love to see for Tacoma. It falls on defensive solidity, just having the right mentality. The side has struggled on the road, but have an opportunity. Right now, it's eventually cleared by Garnett. Kept outside. Cody Baker in service. Rolling ball to the outside, trickles to the feet of Phoenix. Cody to Cody. Headed on. And sent away. Defiance keep. Regi in the corner. Tried to knife his way through that double team. Thought he drew a foul. Popovich taken down right in front of the Tacoma bench. Sets up a free kick for Whitecaps FC 2. Coach Nagamura of the belief that if you have strong-willed defensive players on the roster, it can create those great technical offensive players from within and help develop each player to a dual threat on the pitch. Mark O'Neill might be one of the best examples of that. Has the chance today to score against his former club, but carries a lot of versatility. Plays as a center back, a right back. We've seen him as a center mid, which is the case today. Garnett. Tough angled shot, rejected immediately. And they'll say it took a touch off Vancouver last. Micah Garnett could not believe it. Here's another look at it, Micah Garnett. Twisting through. Unleashed right along the byline. Here's the shot on Baker. And Thomas Noel must have seen a touch that went back off of Baker. And Bronick shielded, I should say, by Trevor Wright. Vancouver going with more of a three-back system today. As you can see, Garnett joining the ranks of the midfield as a wing-back. A lot of weight falls on the shoulders defensively for the likes of Carson Razik and Yuma Tsuji. One of them usually making their way toward the ball to provide that first entry, as that one appeared to go high off a deflection of Cody Phoenix. Tacoma running through. Could not unleash Mark Bronick. Garnett in tight territory. And Cody Baker wins that short battle. Tacoma last to touch. Carson Razik quite fired up about that one. And Ponsa. Zuluaga. Through to Razik. Rolling ball settled at the 6. Deo collides there with Cody Phoenix. Tacoma was last to touch. And Whitecaps FC2 will attack from the corner flag. Carson Razik over to take his set piece duties. Thomas Noel making sure things are cleaned up inside the 6-yard box. Popovich standing 6'4", right in the thick of it. In swinger, off of Bronick. Zuluaga. A lot of room for Imponsa to work. Zuluaga switches the field of play. And Ryder Sewell wanted that run inside. Header on frame, and it's wide. Substitutions now. Or substitutions singular for Whitecaps FC2. Tyler Brown checks into the match. Tyler Brown, the 17-year-old Canadian, member of the Whitecaps FC2 Academy. On here. Connor Munn's day ends. Tyler Brown, who has seen action in 7 matches this year. 2024-25 MLS Next MVP. And won the Goal of the Year award. Became the first Canadian to win MLS Next MVP. Header by Wright, and it's stuffed by Anchor. Max Anger had to lunge to his right. Whitecaps FC2 using their height to their advantage. And Marco Popovich, 6'4". Trevor Wright, 6'3". Plenty of aerial threats in squad 4. Richard Fagan. I don't know if you can see by the score bug, a beautiful skyline of Burnaby in your background. Intended for Imponsa, lost it in the sun. And the hosts keep control. Chevrolet is proud to be a partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2023. Together in this stadium, together on the pitch, together. Let's drive Chevrolet.ca. Tricky territory, not a lot of room for Yumatsuji. Had Hauregi draped in front of him. Micah Garnett directing Imponsa to play into the box. Zuluaga into the corner. Last touched by Baker. And cleared out of play. Garnett quick to throw it in. Carson Razik, a physical midfielder. Very good at backing down defenders and has that turn and face ability. To find targets out wide and create service. Phoenix draws the foul against Sahil Deo. Yellow card now shown to the captain, Trevor Wright. After the whistle, Swing that ball in the opposite direction of the free kick drawn by Tacoma. Not many yellows today. Pulled from the pocket of Thomas Noel. That's now 2 against Vancouver. Hard to tell who was that. That was last touched by. It did take an awkward spin off a Vancouver head. And for the first time this afternoon, Tacoma have a corner kick.
Whitecaps number 43, Trevor Wright.
Now Lanti goes quickly. This ball skied into the air. Touches ahead, whiffed. Oh, what a finish! Stuart Hawkins, are you kidding me? An unconventional start to this play. He's finished with a dazzler. And it's Stuart Hawkins who opens up the floodgates for Tacoma Defiance. Now in his 5th year with the club. Picks up just his 4th goal all time with Tacoma Defiance. And it comes in a big moment. You talk about the desperation between these two clubs to climb out of the depths of the Western Conference. Three points would jolt Tacoma up a couple of spots. The goal now for Tacoma. Well, continuing with that offensive intensity that we've seen throughout this match. Just finding that healthy balance of aggressive pressing play. Good game management. Hauregi goes nearly the full distance, finally settles it down. And Trevor Wright doesn't make life easy for the Tacoma forward, who suddenly wins it back. His pass deflected. Tsukunomi was waiting for that feed. Vancouver defender with a heads-up play to get a touch on it. What can it amount to? Ball into the sun. Baker's header. Quickly touched by Sandnes. Tsuji. Zuluaga waiting for it, finally gets his touch. Has the underlapping run of Micah Garnett. He draws a couple of defenders, works on his own. Zuluaga right to the head of Sam Rogers and refuses to let that one by.
Tacoma Defiance third substitution leading the game, number 33, Cody Baker.
Cody Baker. We'll see the end of his day. Ryan Saylor. We'll come on here at the hour mark. Tacoma Defiance have struck. Stuart Hawkins with the lone goal. Garnett stays with Vancouver. That was ex-anchor on the scene. Has Whitecaps FC2 in his blood, but today wearing a Tacoma kit. In his 7th start of the season has accumulated 1 shutout. Stopped 77% of the shots he's seen. 2 dozen saves coming into this match today. Phoenix anchor in search of shutout number 2. A bit of a rivalry match for him and Mark O'Neill. Tacoma are also winless on the road this year. The 2 wins for Whitecaps FC2 came against this very Tacoma side in mid-April. They did come back in that one from a goal down. Trevor Wright and Danny Eddie-Chardia at the forefront of that comeback in the 6th minute of stoppage time. Might be a little tougher today. Hauregi. Tukonomi. BMO is proud to be a founding partner of Vancouver Whitecaps FC since 2006. Join the Bank of Soccer at bmo.com. Nifty move. Reinforcements now into the area. Sahil Deo continues to draw oohs and ahs from the crowd. And his 1v1 playmaking abilities. He's gotten a look at several different defenders and has continued to have his way. Goes for service. Sewell there. It falls to Zuluaga. Definitely can't get by and get some help from a fellow defender. Ponsa. Garnett. Ricocheted a couple times off the feet of Phoenix and Garnett. Razik. Ponsa wanted the run of Sewell. Pass sets up Garnett. Nice display of triangular passing. Zuluaga. Don't complete the test against Mark O'Neill. Does, however, set up another corner kick for the hosts. Fifth corner of the day for Whitecaps FC2. They've gotten plenty of looks at it. The question is, will they finally capitalize on these opportunities? And that one-timer sent out of play. If on frame, that ball would have had some serious heat to it. Carson Razik over to the opposite side. Razik, the team's leading assist man. Picks out his pass off a defender. Tsuji there. Tacoma get out on the run, and Bronick puts the brakes on. Tukonomi. Paulo Nagamura knew it would be important today to keep Whitecaps FC2 away from the transitional game. Emphasized ball security to his club in the days leading up to this match. security is such a high point of emphasis that he's embedded it in his players' minds to even defend actively with the ball. And what he meant by that was every single pass, don't put it in harm's way. You have to limit any sort of chance for Whitecaps FC2 to get out in transition. That's why on passes, you work across the pitch going horizontally. It's so important to be precise because Vancouver has that ability to jump the passing lanes and take advantage. They have done well today. They've taken that aspect away from Vancouver. They relied on the long ball as Ponsa goes deep. Anchor's clear, it's short, and that certainly was not the intention. It's finally settled down. Deo soaking up the space. Backside for Zuluaga. Gaffney backs him down. And the official ruling. As a throw-in. Ball toward the line of the byline. Trevor Wright into traffic. Another tough pass for Vancouver, picked off. Ronick wrestled to the turf. Vancouver, very much a team that relies on creating short field situations via the press. Ball aggression, a staple of Richard Fagan's side. As Hauregi somehow escapes, finds Bronick. Flag is eventually raised, but nice stop there from Sam Rogers if it would have counted. Garnett musters that one through the legs of Gaffney. Zuluaga looks promising. Tacoma put a bow on that one. They'll set up an attack of their own. It is put to a halt after a Vancouver foul. TELUS now offering pure fiber internet across Canada. And a yellow card shown in the direction of Whitecaps FC2. Thomas Noel certainly has not been shy to send Vancouver players into the books. Prince Mponsa shown the yellow card.
Yellow card to Vancouver number 54, Prince Mponsa.
Had an immediate look at Thomas Noel, and he's not having any of that dissent. Phoenix. Wright meets the ball. Up with an onslaught of pressure. Garnett. Deflected ball, and Zuluaga there. Garnett calls for it. Popovich streaking down the middle. Garnett can't find him. Lays it off of O'Neal. Vancouver have yet another corner kick. Make it 7 for the hosts. It would just seem fitting that after 7, well, 6 previous tries, the 7th, lucky number 7, has to amount to something here for Whitecaps FC2. They've been close on a couple of occasions. Is this the one that can even the match up? Headed into traffic. Next anchor. Need to go sky high to get that one. Now tests Vancouver's defense out in open space. Dio's header. It does go out. Tsuji with a nice attempt to keep it in. His efforts were not enough though.
Vancouver's second substitution in the game.
Kevin Podgorny.
Entering the game.
Next substitution. Marko Popovich makes way for him. Just the second appearance of the year for Kevin Podgorny. Started out his professional career with Vancouver FC, the CPL. He's going from his cross. Taken well by Impanza. Podgorny appeared in 138 minutes across 7 matches for Vancouver FC. All the playing time that Podgorny has seen this year, it was 11 minutes. This very same matchup against Tacoma just over a month ago. Tyler Brown meets the line with Ryder Sewell and Gator Zuluaga. Tacoma feed it through and find promise. Keeper off his line, Bronick trips down, keeps it alive. What an effort! And Rafael Jauregui cannot capitalize. What an effort from Mark Bronick. Somehow gets his way through that Vancouver back line and on the ground centers it to Rafael Jauregui. Sam Rogers way out of position. Defiance with an A+ chance. And denied a second goal. Vancouver defenders were scrambling along the byline to protect the net. Masick. Deo. Times his run well. Into traffic. Collides into the back of Jauregui. Well, it's Bronick again. Tyler Brown and Prince Impanza not giving Rafael Jauregui any breathing room. He draws the foul. But Tacoma are a long ways away from locking this one up. Even though scoreless, Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. 5 shots on target compared to Tacoma's 3. Each club with 11 total shots. Can they add one here? Tsukunomi. Tough territory and poked away by Impanza. For a Tacoma corner kick, and Tsukunomi held on to that ball until the very last moment. It would have been a tough angled shot against Sam Rogers. Impanza comes to the rescue yet again. Phoenix's ball inside, bouncing around, and Rogers finds his way to it. Nobody up ahead and available to the liking of the Whitecaps FC2 keeper. Sewell. Backs it down to Razik. Ball intended for Zuluaga, and it's inaccurate. Mark O'Neill. Bronick. Miscommunication. Vancouver will welcome that throw in with open arms. And Ponsa. How much space will Tacoma give this Vancouver team? The hosts a club that thrive in transition. Tacoma forcing them to build the distance. Play through each of the thirds. It's been slim pickings. Working through each third. In Vancouver, they want to win the ball up as high on the pitch as possible and just haven't been given that opportunity, which was focal point in training leading up to this match for Tacoma Defiance. Limit the turnovers. Nick wins it back. Deo. Vancouver have found a lot of comfort with Micah Garnett and Yader Zuluaga on the left side. Haven't seen that envisioned success come to fruition this afternoon. I feel like the opportunities are looming with Garnett and Zuluaga at the helm of the building phase. No else but Micah Garnett to settle it down. Numbers forward for Whitecaps FC2, and Ponsa right the lone defenders back. I don't know if Garnett knew that ball would get through. The pass was quite crafty. Zuluaga inside, and that curler whistles into the hands of Max Anchor. Just under 10 minutes to go until stoppage time. Up next for both these sides, Vancouver will stay home to face Real Monarchs for a 3 p.m. local kick on May 24th. They've lost 3 straight in that series history. And for Tacoma, they'll go back south home and face Ventura County FC for a 7 p.m. local kick on May 22nd. Series history just about even. Tacoma with 8 wins, 8 losses, and 7 draws. 1 for 2 in PKs against Ventura County FC. Got the best of Whitecaps FC2 in the season opener back on March 1st. Other scores around the league, NYC FC2 on top 3-2 over Red Bull New York 2. Chattanooga lead 3-1 on Cincinnati too. Whitecaps FC2 showing verbal frustration. Carson Mazik making his opinions known, has to be careful. As Thomas Noel is dished out. Plenty of yellow cards to Vancouver this afternoon, 3 of them. Tsukunomi's day is done, and Omar Hassan in for Paulo Nagamura. Tsukunomi took too long to leave the pitch. And now Omar Hassan has to wait. Entry into the field of play. Tacoma will certainly take their time, as even a few precious moments with a man disadvantage. Cool with putting that off. Gaffney, underlapping run, meets the ball. Gaffney, cross, one-timer is put home. Mark Bronick with what could be the knockout punch. And Tacoma now lead 2-0. Well, you just knew after that crafty pass inside the penalty area earlier on by Mark Bronick that he had a certain type of energy that has been quite different than the rest of the players on the pitch. But it all starts with Charlie Gaffney. Gets to the byline, finds Bronick, who's left uncovered inside the box. Reaction from the Vancouver player says it all. They've kept the match close this whole time. Tacoma break loose late. The task at hand has become that much more difficult for Richard Fagan's side. Bronick moves to the other side. Mark O'Neill leads the way for Gaffney. Hassan into the corner. Garnett wins that joust. Brown in heavy pursuit. Slow roller kept alive. His efforts pay off. Podgorny wins the throw-in. Vancouver need to go quickly. And again, work on that left side. Margin of error very slim now for Whitecaps. Zuluaga thought about going one way and works in the opposite direction. Mazik. It's hard to tell if that was miscommunication or a ball led way too in front of Sahil Deo, and I'll go with the latter of the two on that one. Mazik very good, as we've mentioned repeatedly, in not only his attempts to stretch out defenses, but his execution of those actions. Deo, who's been a bright spot, pretty much the lone bright spot on the right side of the formation, attacking-wise for Vancouver. I understand the intent. Can they continue to get him involved? Could be tough here. Gaffney, 1 assist already. Bronick in search of the brace. Hassan drifting inside. That shot cannot wiggle through. Eventually rolls back, and Stuart Hawkins, who right now has the game-winning goal in this match, will play it back to Max Anchor. For the team that allows The 6th most goals in MLS Next Pro. This is quite the improvement for Tacoma Defiance if this result can hold, or they can add to it. O'Neal dispossessed. Razek and Ponsa calling for it. Zuluaga doesn't see it fit to find him. Right directs traffic. Tsuji. Sahil Deo. Podgorny with multiple defenders in front. Loses control of that one. Jaden Kim in. Wait for Richard Fagan. Here Zuluaga makes way for him. Jaden Kim. Academy product. Joined back in August of 2022. And is a late match reinforcement. And again, because the exiting player took too long, Jaden Kim's entry is delayed. We saw that for Tacoma a few moments ago. Same scenario for Whitecaps FC2. Only down 2 goals. Plenty of time to make some magic happen. That dispossession will make it that much more difficult. Takedown and a foul one on the far side. Didn't hear that whistle from Thomas Noel, but did point in the direction of Vancouver's attacking half. Jaden Kim still has to await his arrival. Peter Zuluaga, who he is set to come in for, took too long to get off the pitch. Fourth official. There's no motion for him to come on just yet. Sewell through, intercepted. Hassan in pursuit. And now Jaden Kim can make his way onto the pitch. Jaden Kim, the 17-year-old academy product, has entered late. What a story it would be if the academy product could get a big moment here in his professional debut. Seen a couple of debuts today. Connor Munn, Jaden Kim. And for Tacoma Defiance, Saku Kitafuji made his first professional start, did exit due to injury. Just 3 minutes of stoppage time announced shortly before the yellow card to Mark Browning for delaying the restart of play. Numbers forward for Vancouver. Ball lofted in and collects. Kim right there gets his first touch. His first professional appearance. What a great moment for the youngster. Razek. Tacoma in search of the shutout. They've only done that once this year. Came against San Jose Earthquakes too. In match week 3. It was a scoreless draw that was ended in penalty kicks. They would go on to win that one. 4-1 in PKs against Earthquakes too. This, however, would be the first regulation victory shutout for Paulo Nagamura's side. It would make it 3 in a row. Picking up results. A 4-1 victory against LAFC too. PK victory against SKC too. Sorry, results in 3 of their last 4, excuse me. Still an impressive run for a side that's seen its struggles throughout the year. The urgency is on for Whitecaps FC too. Richard Fagan looks on in hopes of one last score. And those hopes will not be answered. Tacoma Defiance walk away with their first regulation victory shutout of the year. They go on the road and knock off Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2-0. Stuart Hawkins and Mark Bronick with the lone goals for the visitors. But our man of the match today, presented by Adidas, and Stuart Hawkins of Tacoma Defiance. And what a finish here for the defender. A header, and he just snags that one out of the air and puts it right by Sam Rogers. That would be the game winner, and would be followed by a goal scored by Mark Bronick. Again, for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Josh Lill, saying so long from Burnaby, British Columbia. Tacoma Defiance go on the road and shut out Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2-0. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Have a great night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.